I was doing somebody a favor. Madame Wong's wouldn't take them, but I got them into Club 88. Club 88, in the kind of scene at that time, very punky club on the West Side, on Olympic or something. And so, yeah, I booked them into that club, and that was a thrill. And I'd go to all their, garage band rehearsals, and then we'd regroup. God, April, your little Prince Lauren. I never told you, Lauren. I know that you're kind of like, I don't know, maybe not traditionally adorable or sort of bookwormy. Look, I loved your zombie posters all over your bedroom. I loved your bookish, wild streak, your intelligence. What am I doing? I just never told you that, Lauren. I just really didn't. I really enjoyed your company. And if you're out there, you were the best. Even when we were cranking through loading docks at 70 miles an hour, just boom, boom, boom in his VW bug. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. That never happened. But everything happened. Mary, the fallen heiress, April, and myself were just this like kind of swirling hurricane going all around at that time. Nighttime, we weren't always like clubbing out. We would walk through an outdoor mall, like, 3rd Street Promenade, which is now like, big, like, I don't know, Vegas, was nothing then. And we'd run around, I'd take pictures. Yes, okay, so I did mushrooms when I was 16. Okay, crucify me, good God. Yeah, the timeline, whatever. So then I went back and I took mushrooms, but it wasn't in the first 9 weeks of 15. I am real. Can you tell how tired of I am of tap dancing around this whole timeline thing? Let me have lived my life. Those 9 weeks were not my life. This was my life. This is what made my life. These creative folks, April and I would just run around, going to cafes, and we had poetry, and we would highlight for each other our favorite parts and trade them off and talk about them. We weren't exactly the bourgeoisie, and we were sort of like the mini underground, like the French underground of like, I don't know, the scene or culture or what little we could drag out of culture out of Southern California. No offense. So that was it. This is meandering kind of. It's not a story. It is just, you all know where I came from, and Mary came from where she came from, broke out of that. One of the first ladies especially, that I knew that got this fabulous tattoo on her back, like of a Man Ray painting, photograph, and, got in a band too. And we were not like the kids that we went to high school with, let's put it that way. But there were plenty of good times with my girlfriend too. Had some beautiful moments in that apartment with everybody. It would be 2 people, 3 people, 7 people, in that room, whatever. It was like barely a 2-bedroom apartment. Again, very low rent, like, kind of shoved over like the south side of Santa Monica. But it was everything. It was a place to crash. It was a place to party. It was a place to read Shakespeare. Can you blame me? It was a fucking time of my life, you guys, and I'm not apologizing for it. I don't do unnecessaries, is what I like to call them, where you are apologizing unnecessarily. And I've done a lot of that. Not anymore. No unnecessaries. It was great. Mary and I would, we broke into the Wiltern Theater when it was half abandoned, and I took all these fabulous pictures of her. No, not the ones that got published, but again, a whole series with her, and it was the most creative, exciting, except for 1978, but it came close, early 80s, LA, underground, arts, culture, the streets, music, bands. Avril and I went to Cantor's one night at like I don't know, 2 a.m, and there was this kind of wild, creative woman, and she was staying at a motel down by Farmer's Market with like some, I don't know, nefarious boyfriend, but we decided to just go hang out with them. I mean, whatever, you know, we took a bus back home, made it back to where? Base of operations, south side of Santa Monica. Boy, Ocean and 7th. Okay, well, again, I'm sure I I'm sure I kept you way, way too long on this one, but it was really fun to kind of walk down that lane, that primrose path, unapologetically, because I'm really not here to apologize for my life. I'm here to share it with you. And if you take some entertainment out of it, or you take a message out of it that may or may not resonate with you, at least there's some takeaway. My friends. Okay, I'll let you go. This is where I run long, as in the goodbyes. So I'll see you tomorrow with more of everything. And don't forget, those twisters are coming up. Okay, take care. Bye.